to send a motherfucker to hell when he fucking Braddis. The killer instinct that never left me. The south side still true to the gang, to the lefty is back. Shit that motherfuckers can't fade. You're rhyming, but still you motherfuckers ain't paid. So how can one try to see the unseen? Square, no one thing is closed curtains. We leaving motherfuckers hurting. It's rap a lot, mafia life, we all working. Punk, we shut you down before you get it started. You can hate it, but I'm gonna get mine, and that's regardless, bitch. I got these niggas boo-hooing like hoes. Jealous of the game I obtained, and I chose to exercise to the best of my ability. It ain't no motherfucking killing me. I'm untouchable. Untouchable. Oh, shit. Yeah, baby. Untouchable out here, baby. Untouchable out here, baby. Untouchable out here, baby. Ooh-wee. What y'all know about that face, baby? Hey, look. I had to go to my gangster setting and turn it up just a little bit. What's good, y'all? I was feeling that face. For some reason, that face been riding me all day. Like a horse, just riding me. I just been listening to face all day long. And then I said, why not? That, ladies and gentlemen, was Scarface's, aka Brad Jordan's Untouchable from the Untouchable album. Yes, indeed. All right, so what's good? What's good? What's good? Your boy is back. You heard that, Roger? You heard that, Roger? Boy, I hit him with that untouchable out here, baby. Untouchable out here, baby. Untouchable out here, baby. Untouchable out here, baby. Woo! I had to hit him with it. I was listening to the song. I was like, hold up. I got that. Let me go ahead and execute on a high level. Yes, sir. All right, y'all. Let's get into it. We about to do the damn thing. Let me go ahead and acknowledge my peeps. First and foremost, relationship rehab salute goes out to none other than CJ Gunn. That's what's up, representing. I appreciate you. Shout out to my man Soaky One. What that mean? Banged everything from Hazelcrest to Oak Park. Relationship rehab. Is that a veiled search for true love? God damn, boy. No, that is not a search for true love. What's up, Troy Sherman? Let's see, what up? Rashawn 77, Eastern or Central? Central time. I'm on Central time. Yeah, I'm in the Midwest, the South, the Mid-South. Is that what it's called? I'm in Texas. Either way, there we go. Let's see who else. Tony Snow, what up? What up? Brielle, I see you, boy. I see you. Chantrice Hayes, finally made it live. Well, congratulations. Hey, look, I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to start doing these lives a little bit earlier. Y'all know I'm an old late night nigga. I don't get on till 11:30, just so I can say I at least stream that day, so before I hit over to the 12 o'clock hour. But I'm trying. So we're a little earlier today than usual. So, hey, hopefully it'll be good so other people can catch it too. Daquan, Latanya Scarborough, what's happening? Just Teak, what's happening? Crestline Iceberg Slim. I just gotta add that it's the Iceberg Slim. I gotta add that on there. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just got to. Miss Bells, what's happening? Let's see. Champ Day, Sinead 45, morning. What's happening? My aunt, Carrie Clay. Hey man, let me tell y'all something. My uncle, Kerry Clay, hey, he is a man's man. He is my uncle. I love him dearly. If y'all ever in life want somebody to tell me what to do, that's the only person. To hell with all the rest of y'all. Y'all can't tell me. Well, my mama too. But my mama too. Yeah, my mama too. Yeah, my mama, she say my name. She say that, Brian Atwood, and that's it. But anyway, But Kerry Clay, that's who I report to. That's my commanding officer. He's my CO. Other than that, I'm out here loose on these streets. That's all it is. But salute to you, Unc. I love you, man. Can't wait to see you real soon. Let's see. Left third, what's happening? And let's see. Annie 411, what's good? Jamari 95 and Terrence B, what's up? God bless you too, brother. DJ Matt, hey, brother Brain, I see you. Hey man, they've been doing it to me forever. I remember, I think that was my auntie. I think that was Aunt Jeannie for my 8th birthday. Got me a birthday cake and it said happy birthday, Brain. But it was so late when they picked up the cake for my surprise party, they couldn't get it redone. But I still love you anyway, Auntie. Surprise party was the best. That's when I got my calculator watch. I don't know if y'all ever heard me tell the story about when my Uncle Jesse brought me a calculator watch. I was 8 or 9 years old, and y'all couldn't tell me shit when I got you. Kanye West can't tell me nothing from me. When I had that calculator watch, I was like, nah. Wait till I get my timepiece right. Whoa! I was calculating everything. I had a Casio, boy. You talking about the 8th grade? I got a Casio calculator watch. Couldn't tell me nothing. I was the man. I'm just saying. I was the man. That's all it was. Couldn't tell me nothing. But let's go ahead and let's get on. And without further ado, my favorite part of the show, my baby mama, my baby's mama. Yes. My baby's mama, my good thing, my wifestress. She is my forever girl. Tell us about this goddamn fair use, girl. Come on.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
Go ahead, girl. Yes. And look, I'm going to tell y'all now, the other night, my drink was not up to par. It was substandard. Believe that. But on tonight, my drink is right. Yes, indeed. You know the right time, night and day, is the right time, night and day, to drink, night and day, the drink you love, night and day. Yes, indeed. I'm feeling good, drinking good, looking good. Hey, so let's do some good. So now, as we break down this Red Table Talk, now y'all know that I have a certain affinity for the Red Table Talk. I truly do like and salute the work that Jada and her mama and her daughter are doing. I do. I like it. I like the Red Table Talk. I think that it is a refreshing show and platform. I like their perspective and the fact that they have a voice that they bring in their way, their feelings, and all of that good stuff. No problem at all with that. I love it. However, I don't agree with everything that happens on the Red Table Talk, and y'all know that. But for the majority of it, I appreciate it for what it is. I truly do. And shout out to Jada Pinkett Smith, Will. His name ain't Pinkett Smith, Will Smith. Everybody else, but I do like it and I do watch it. So when I saw this, I definitely wanted to do this because I felt as though the whole Snoop Dogg and Gayle King thing, I get it. And I will first and foremost say that I was on Snoop's side. The only thing that I didn't like there, where I know Snoop kind of fucked up, and when he did it, I cringed. I was like, like when Peter Griffin fell and hurt his knee, and he was like, it was like that's what he did where he messed up. That's where he messed up. The whole thing where he like sent out the threat like, before we come get your ass, Gail, on Crip, bitch. That's what he didn't say it like that, but you get the drill. He's like, Gail, you better watch your mouth before we come get your ass on Crip, bitch. I ain't playing with you. I'll send 1,000 Crips to your door. That ain't what he said, but something close to it. Anyway, he made a threatening a speech to her saying, hey, he was coming to get you. Us Crips will come get your ass. Pretty much what he was saying. And that definitely left a bad taste in America's mouth because he's Snoop Dogg. He's on television with Martha Stewart, the homemaking. Martha Stewart's a homemaker. She's a cook, and she's also a convict. I'm just saying, she fresh. She's fresh up out that jail, nigga. She actually harder than Snoop. Like, Snoop, I hear what you saying, fam, but I done did time, son. I done been to jail, nigga. You just done been to court. You had Cochran to get you off, nigga. I actually went in. I was in the pen doing time, nigga. So she actually is a felon. But that's neither here nor there. It still left a bad taste in everybody's mouth. Snoop, in my opinion, got a lot of pressure from it. And now, instead of him going on the Up in Smoke tour, he is now on the apology tour. I'm sorry tour. The Please America White People Forgive Me tour. That's what he's on. Cause I think old Miss Sophia, probably she got them dogs out on him, and they got to barking at that career and that check. And he was like, all right, look, I'm sorry. Yes, I know I went too far. I was having too much fun, Charlie Murphy, and now I need to digress. And I'm sorry, Gail, I'm sorry. And that's pretty much where we at now. This is one of his stops on the apology tour train. Boop, boop. So let's get started and let's break this down. Without further ado, Snoop Dogg and his apology to you.
3, 2, 1.
On this Red Table Talk, it started an international controversy. Now, for the first time, Snoop Dogg comes to the Red Table for a healing session.
I had a bit of a complicated relationship with you from afar.
you so
Let's go ahead and fast forward and get into
From
it.
afar.
Right.
Here we go. That's about right.
Y'all showing togetherness. We need this.
We try. We're trying.
Y'all doing good.
Welcome to...
Niggas, wait, hold on. I want to play this. Because this, he is truly turned up. If you know how you play Madden and you have like the characteristics like speed, agility, jumping, clutch, and all that. You know how you get that in Madden? If he was a Madden character and he had humbleness would be on 99 right now. The way that this nigga is talking, his humbleness would be on 99. He get his nails painted at Earl Shine. That nigga is so humble. He was like, hold on, before I come in, ladies, let me finish this last piece of humble pie so I can get in here and do this show. Oh my God, this nigga is like the nicest Negro ever.
What's up, bro?
Oh,
I'm
man.
good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
All right, well, let's go ahead and
Show me what it be.
Yeah.
Lead me to this red table. Everybody been chopping it up. Let me get me some game in here. What the devil is this? Well, you know I'm a fashion guy first, so I'm gonna enjoy my see if I get my walk on this right here. Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
buddy.
wow. I finally made it to the table.
Yes, this is it right here.
Man, thank
Now
y'all
watch-
for having me, real talk.
No,
Watch
And
out.
I love what y'all doing as far as 3 generations of it, how mama, you, and then baby girl, and how y'all really just be real about it. There's so many broken homes. Y'all showing togetherness. We need this.
we try. We're trying.
Y'all doing good.
Well,
Y'all remember when Big Mama in Big Mama's house, when she was talking, she was like, yeah, people need that today. Yeah, y'all really, it's really helpful out here. I see that. That's how this nigga sounding, man. He like, oh no, like, please help me get through this.
welcome to a special Red Table. As you know, in the last few weeks,
All of the red tables are special by Just in case you didn't know that. every red table is a special red table. I just want, if you didn't know, now you know. All the red tables are special. Just saying. So yeah. So this is where this got bad. And my thing was this. Yes, Snoop Dogg threatened Gayle, but it was a celebrity threat, number one. Number two, it was a threat made in anger. And my problem with this whole thing is that when you're talking about a man, a celebrity, or any type of male figure, period, it seems like we cannot have a moment of fuck up. We just can't. And that's one of the biggest things that I don't like about this. If he wanted to apologize, great. And even if he didn't apologize, I understand the fact that you wanted him to. But the fact is that when a man does apologize, why can't that be it? Why is there still a raking over, just dragging you over the coals, raking you over the coals, back and forth, back and forth? It's like you whip your hair back and forth. You're dragging Snoop back and forth. That's what this is. And I don't understand why there's it, and it reminded me too of Kevin Hart. Do you realize that, the things that you say, no matter what you do in your life in the future, what I say today, 20 years from now, 10 years from now, 6 years from now, 8 months from now, whatever the case may be, it can be brought back up to me and can destroy my entire image to the point to where even if I apologize, it's still a problem. And that's what I don't understand, how we've gotten to this point as a country, as a nation, as a people. You have to be able to have a conversation, and you have to have the freedom of speech. Say what you want. And when you do say something that somebody don't agree with, then have a conversation about it. And if there is something to where that person was offended and that person apologizes, accept the fucking apology. We have this thing to where we don't, never, ever, especially when it comes to men, we don't accept the apology. Now, a woman could do the most heinous fucking thing in the world and could say she was in a bad place. She could say she was depressed. She could say she had postpartum. She could say that she was abused as a child. She could say that she was abused by that man. Whatever the case may be, instant forgiveness, all is forgiven, it's all good. And everybody in the world is expected to move on and uplift that woman. My thing is this. The way that you want to be treated, you should also, and first and foremost, demonstrate that and treat others the same way. Because when Kevin Hart had his thing, they brought up Kevin Hart was getting ready to host was it the Oscars, I believe? The Oscars or the Grammy? I think it was the Oscars. I think it was Academy Awards. He was going to host, and they brought up some shit back from 2010. 2010. Some fucking tweets he made in 2010 going back and forth with another person. And they brought that to the forefront to say that he's homophobic. He's made hurtful statements. It was 6, 7, 8 years ago. And if you're going to bring that up, that's your freedom of speech part. But how do you drag, or what they call it now, cancel, or want to crucify somebody who said something 8 years ago to a particular person? He going back and forth cracking jokes with a person. He going back and forth cracking jokes with whoever. And if they didn't have a problem with it, why should we as a people have a problem with it? Why should the public have a problem with a conversation that two people are having on their own? How do you crucify somebody for that? And here's the thing with Snoop and Gayle. It's like Snoop said what he said out of anger. And why we don't afford any man to say something out of anger, or to say something and it be a mistake, or it be something that's said the wrong way, you can't recover from that without doing this. I have to beg, I have to grovel, I have to go around the entire globe and apologize on every station, every TV show, anybody that'll have me. I got to show up to apologize. Why is that? And why is there so much? Why is there so much of that? Because of the men have to be responsible for that. Because if not, you're the worst motherfucker in the world. You do know that. You do know that. Like, they would paint Snoop Dogg as like Snoop Dogg's gonna do something to Gayle. That's exactly how they were painting this. And you know damn well that Snoop Dogg wasn't gonna do shit to Gayle. We all know that. But yet and still, we're trying to make him pay for it like he was. Or like he did. And all he did was spoke his mind. And in my opinion, barring the threat, it was hella appropriate. Hella appropriate. Because Gayle, she truly did. And I don't understand what my other problem with this is. I don't understand why it's such a problem to acknowledge and for women to accept the fact that you fuck up. She fucked up. She went too far. She overstepped. And not only was it a disrespect, but the people felt that way. All of the people felt that way. They were like, God damn, especially us people of color. And I so applauded the fact that we came together as a people to say, you know what you did was fucked up. And it wasn't the fact that somebody wanted to bomb Gayle house. Didn't nobody want to throw eggs at her. But we wanted to let her know that you went too fucking far with your agenda. Plain and simple. And it was an accumulation. It was a culmination of all of the other fuck shit she's been doing along the way. And it's like people said, nah, bitch, not Kobe. Not a dead Kobe. Not a 1 week, not even a week dead Kobe. No, bitch, I'm sorry. You're going too far. And that's exactly what it was. And everybody was trying to come to her defense. No, when you do some fuck shit, you need to do the apology to it just like he did. Instead, what did she do? She blamed the network. And she had her best friend, her BFF, come out and stand up for her. And I ain't mad at that. If that's your BFF, that's your BFF. But you still did something that was fucked up. That's all it was.
There's been controversy around Snoop and Gayle King. This conversation is not about taking sides. This conversation is not about trying to prove who's right or who's wrong. This conversation is about healing. I looked at this as a huge opportunity to talk about the wounds and culture of disrespect between Black men and Black women. And I want everyone to know that I invited Snoop to the table, and I also invited Gayle King to the table. Gayle King has an open invite for whenever she wants to come. First of all,
and now here's my other part to this. This is my other little thing I had about that. So, you go on national television and you say some fuck shit about Kobe Bryant. Get it? You then blame the network and not take responsibility for yourself, saying some fuck shit and just going too far pressing the issue. You don't take responsibility for that. You blame the network. You have Oprah come out and say that you're hurting, saying that you're not okay, and we should all feel sorry for you. I get it. The other part to that is, if Snoop is willing to mend fences over words, he ain't did shit to you. He ain't backhand you, put the pimp slap down on you. He ain't do none of that. He said some things that were not nice. He said some things that hurt your feelings. And even if you want to take it as far and play the scared card, go ahead. Let's say you were scared. In all of that, with trying to mend the fences, with like what Jada said, Black men and Black women coming together, why wouldn't you come forward and have a conversation? And if anybody tries to say she could still be traumatized, she could still be scared, that's a bunch of bullshit. Because everybody knows good and goddamn well that wasn't shit gonna happen to her. All of that bullshit about she's confronting, maybe she didn't want it, she wasn't ready yet. You're a fucking adult. You have a problem, you're upset about what somebody said, come have a conversation. And that would have been, to me, the bigger thing to do, and the responsible thing to do is to come and have a conversation. Plain and simple. Snoop done apologize to you. He done sent you DMs. He done sent you all kind of messages and shit trying to have a conversation. And what did you do? Oh, I'm going to decline at this time. Why? Even if you do feel some kind of way, if it's about the people, if it's about the culture, if it's about the race, why wouldn't you come and show some solidarity to say, hey, we can have a disagreement. We can even have a different point of view, and we can still come and have a conversation. I'm going to come on the red table to accept this motherfucker's apology. Why not? You can sit and interview motherfucking R. Kelly ass. R. Kelly can jump up and down and scream and shout and jap out on you. He can do all that wild chimping out shit he did. By this time around, y'all fucking with my life. And you can sit there, now, Robert, I understand what you're saying, Robert. You can have a seat. You a cool, calm, and collective, so don't give me that scared shit. Because you sat your ass right there and was cool with a chimped out R. Kelly. I get it. So why wouldn't you do the same thing here and just come and sit next to Jada and have a conversation? All that, I'm just not ready. I just wasn't ready to do that just yet. There were things that I still wanted to try to figure out and things I wanted to work through to where I felt safe. That's some bullshit she gonna tell. She gonna try to sell that I was still not safe. I didn't feel I was in a safe place. But nobody's gonna charge her with the, okay, Gail, you see that Snoop is trying to motherfucking mend the fucking fence and move on. Because at the end of the day, no matter what the fuck Snoop says, no matter how many times he apologizes, that bitch was still wrong. I'm going to say that. She was still dead ass wrong. Because out of all of that shit that she's going through, Vanessa and her 3 daughters are going through 100 times worse. So I'll be damned if I go and try to feel sorry for somebody who didn't even consider this man's family at all, because she wanted the ratings. She wanted to follow the line of questioning. She chose that within a week of this man dying. A tragic death. That's all I'm saying.
Well, this is great because, you know, you and I have been around for a long time. Right. And along the way, I've had a bit of a complicated relationship, you know, with you from afar. Right. You can understand that. But there's 2 times.
Exactly, Eric. Eric just made a great point. He says, I'm amazed at how this whole situation was turned around to the point to where Gail turns out to be the victim. Exactly. It's like there is no accountability and no responsibility on women. It's like you find a way to make it to where it's not their fault. And what they did was okay, or what they did is not the issue. Because what it is now is Snoop is the issue. Snoop is where the problem is. We got to get Snoop right first before we can address what Gail did. Well, what Gail did, she did first. She did her fuck shit first, which triggered Snoop to do what he did. We ain't gonna stop there. We ain't gonna fix that. She didn't take responsibility for what she did. She blamed the network. And you see, the network didn't say shit. The network could have been, bitch, you lying. But the network is who? The network. Ain't no person to hold accountable for the network. That's why she spent it that way. Look, say it was the network. Say it was the network who edited the video that way. There was a lot more left in the video. You could have stayed away from the question altogether. You could have stayed away from the issue altogether. And when you asked the first time and you got the answer, even though it wasn't the one you wanted, you could have left it where it was. That's all it is. That's all it is. And you can say Gail is protected by white media. You can say that Gail is protected by Oprah, goddammit. Oprah is motherfuckers get that old smiling wig wearing all that. Hi, it's Oprah. You can say all that shit that you want to say and think she the nicest motherfucker in the world. Bitch, you don't get to be no billionaire without being a ball breaker. Believe that. Don't think for 1 minute that Oprah ain't a powerful motherfucker that can make shit happen. Don't believe that for 1 second. Everybody always smiles and hi, she's great and she's pulling out, giving out cards and all that shit. Talk that shit if you want to. You don't get to be a billionaire motherfucking media giant like that without being a motherfucking ball breaker. The bitch is a boss for a reason. Real talk. That's why she didn't even feel a need to respond to Monique. She like, bitch, you a peasant. I'm good. Keep talking. Your flame will die out soon. And it did. And that bitch is still suffering. Motherfuckers ain't touching her with a 10-foot pole. So just believe that. Believe that. Gayle has a very, very, very powerful friend in Oprah. What a friend we have in Jesus. What a friend we have in Winfrey. I'm telling you, Jack. What a friend we have in Winfrey. All the fuck shit that we do. What a privilege to carry everything we do to Oprah's power. God damn it. Something. Shit.
Times in your career where I just had to cheer for you. Hardcore.
Thank you.
I don't want to get emotional about the one I'm about to talk about. Hold me tight, Gam.
It's okay,
I'm
baby.
always
It's
crying.
okay.
Hold on to it. It's all right.
No, but this
I
is,
cried too.
this
I
is
just
a
don't
deep
cry on
one.
camera.
This is a deep one because you don't know about this, but during that whole Pac Suge Knight thing, right? And I'm really glad that you and Suge have made peace.
Yes.
Let me start there.
Yes.
Because that's deeply important.
Yes.
Okay? So I'm so glad about that. But I have to admit that during those very complicated times, you were the only person that came out and stood up to Suge Knight and spoke out. And for me, during a time where I really felt like my hands were tied and I was powerless, the fact that you were like, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. There were still people that I cared about that were entangled in that mix in a certain way. And the fact that you were willing to set boundaries gave me a relax, right?
You see how they threw that shit up? Suge is serving a 28-year prison sentence of voluntary manslaughter. That's fucked up. I swear for the Lord, boy, anytime a nigga go to jail for anything of any kind, the media finds a way to put that shit up there. The motherfucker like, yeah, where is Suge Knight? Suge Knight is serving a 28-year prison sentence for voluntary manslaughter.
And just the message that it sent, and it kind of took the boogie off the boogeyman.
Right. Right.
Wow.
I get it. Trust me, I get it.
That was such a painful time.
But you had to take your stance on, you know what? This is not my fight.
Yes, Snoop, can I just tell you?
I got your back. But that's
it.
the brotherhood, sisterhood that we must create without talking. You get what I'm saying?
That's what
I
I'm
shouldn't have to
trying to
talk to you to get your back.
But that's what I'm saying, Snoop. So then here we go.
So here, yeah, let me I'm gonna let her say what she gotta say.
The second time.
Talk to me.
All right?
Talk to me.
The second time I was rooting for you was your apology to Gayle King.
Look at that nigga Snoop. God damn it, Snoop! Don't you fucking break like this. So look, here's my thing. I appreciate the fact that she said that her and Snoop said the whole thing about having each other's back without having to talk to them. So basically what he's saying is that I'm gonna have your back just without me having to call you to say, hey, you want me to have your back on this? You want me to say something about this? You want me to... No. He's just saying having your back just because we looking out for each other because we of the same kind. And I get that part. And here's the problem with black folks. Here is our problem right here. We want that type of trust and love and care for one another, but you can't have that. And it can't be real without accountability and responsibility. And that is the one thing that we are just fucking allergic to. We hate it. We don't like to be corrected. We don't like to be challenged. We just don't like it when somebody corrects us or calls us out for the shit that we do. And the thing is, it may not be the extreme. It can be something little or it could be something big. If you are in relationship with somebody, hear this. If you in relationship with somebody and that person can't challenge you, can't correct you, or can't chastise you, you're not in a real relationship. And that's a platonic relationship or romantic relationship. If y'all just friends or if y'all just fucking, whatever the case may be, if you are in relationship with somebody and that person cannot chastise you, cannot correct you, cannot check you, cannot point out your flaws, cannot give you constructive criticism and you embrace it, you're not in a real relationship. Your relationship is fugazi. It's fake. That's exactly what it is. There are so many people, especially celebrities, and more so black celebrities, that got these niggas that's around them, they group, they crew, they entourage, whatever you want to call it, and they around them, and them niggas that they with are fake as fuck and only with them for the ride. That's all it is. If you got people in your life that don't tell you, hey man, you shouldn't do that. Hey man, why you do that? Hey man, tell me why you did this. Hey man, what you did was fucked up. Hey man, what you said was fucked up. Hey man, I don't like what you did. Hey, I don't like what you said. Hey, why did you do this? Hey, why did you say that? If you don't have people in your life, in your circle, that are at least, that love you enough and give a fuck about you enough to at least ask the question, to at least challenge the idea, to ask you to explain to them what it is that you're doing, they're not your real friends. They're not. You can't be in love with somebody, married to somebody, in a relationship with somebody, having kids with somebody that you can't go to and say, hey, what you did was fucked up and I'm going to tell you why. Now, you explain it to me because this is the way that I saw it. And you having this dialogue, conversation, you going back and forth. When you got people around you that's literally just talking shit, that's exactly what they are. They talking shit because they full of shit. And for whatever their own personal reasons are, they are not your friend. Plain and simple. Keep that in mind, people. All of you that got your boys, your crew, your homies, your partners, your cousins, your mama and them, your daddy and them, if them people ain't talking to you and saying things to you for your good, they ain't for you. They for whatever you may have, they for whatever you may provide, and they for whatever conduit you can bring to them. Whatever you can bring to them as a conduit. That's it. That's it and that's all. Keep that in mind. You need to always, and us as black folk, we want to come together. We want to rise up and be woke. Then we first got to be able to call a thing and say, hey, here's the problem. We got to fix it. Check out the justice and how they run it. That's what I'm saying. Chuck D was right when he said that shit.
Can I just tell you why? When you first said what you said, in regards to Gail.
Yes.
My heart dropped. I felt like not only were you talking to Gail, but you were talking to me. I was like, oh no, Snoop has now taken his power flow away from me, away from Willow, away from my mother. Right? I was like, oh, if this...
Now, I don't understand how and this is my thing. He's taking power away from you. How? How, Sway? There should be no man, no celebrity, no preacher, no pastor, no uncle, no daddy, no cousin, no husband that takes your power away. Hence the word, your power. He didn't take that away. He gets the opportunity, and this is the thing another thing that I don't like. It's like black men can't feel. We always got to step up. We always got to do what we supposed to do. We always got to handle our business. We always got all this shit to do. And anything that we go left of that, it's not a mistake. It's not, oh man, you fucked up. It's in game. That's it. Shut this nigga off. That's it. Cancel this nigga. It's over. If he don't do what we want him to do, fuck him. He's the worst person ever since the last motherfucker we just did that shit to. We have this thing to where motherfuckers can't do no wrong. Women, oh yeah, you can fuck up. Yeah, we get it. Yeah, we'll find a way to forgive you. Yep, we can find a way to make it right. We understand. Yeah, girl. I understand, girl. Ain't nobody walked in my shoes, girl. Wasn't nobody there when I was getting molested. Wasn't nobody there when I was getting abused. Wasn't nobody there. So I did the best I could. Okay, we forgiven of that. A man makes a remark about his homie, his boy, his partner on social media, cancel. Cancel the nigga. If he don't apologize to everybody, cancel. Right, John Nothing? They Thanos in this nigga. Bam, Thanos. That's it. He's done. We don't want to see him. Cancel him out. It's over. We hate everything. Cancel Snoop Dogg. Take his music off of our SoundCloud. Take his music off of iTunes. Take his music off of Pandora. Take his music off of every goddamn music streaming service possible. Cancel Snoop Dogg. That's what this shit would have eventually rolled up into. Plain and simple. And that is a problem. You can't have everybody come together when you steady motherfucking beating down another motherfucker for doing something wrong. We all got shit we do wrong. And that's okay. But you got to be willing to, one, accept the criticism of it, and don't be mad when the motherfucker call you out on it, and then you try to find a way to be better. You did this, and that did this, and that is that, and you shouldn't have did that. Okay, whoa. Let me explain to you why I said what I said. Right? Now, let you explain why you said what you said. Okay. Now let's kind of common ground. We good? Now let's move forward and find a way to be better. First and foremost, you need to stop doing your fuck shit because your fuck shit triggered my fuck shit. Yeah, you right. That's how you come together. But instead, no. You the worst person ever. You bashing. You ain't what they call that shit. We gonna cancel you because you bashed me, and now you a phobe. Your toxic male energy will not be tolerated. It's all that extra shit now.
This is what's happening. I was like, not Snoop.
Right.
Let me ask how you even got in that space, because I know that you have dealt with a lot of loss recently.
It was just a matter of me losing control because we still haven't swallowed Nip.
Yeah.
We still in gulping that. That's still in our heart right now. We still hurt behind that. And then Kobe and his daughter.
Yeah.
And then you lost a grandson recently.
Yes, I lost a grandson, grandmother. So it's like, and then I got to be strong in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Remember that part?
Yeah, that's, yep.
He got.
And here's my thing too, because easy, I feel you right. But it's like he's in a catch-22 now. Because it's like, if he apologizes, he gets to keep his fucking career. He gets to keep his his checks rolling in, essentially. He got a family to take care of. He has himself to take care of. And it's like, that's the thing. Because the problem that I have with this is too, to your point, why is it that when a person, a male celebrity says something that's wrong, they have to lose their job, their career? They have to lose how they make a living. Case in point, Isaiah Washington. He said some shit that offended some motherfuckers. And not only did they fire him, he got fired and then he couldn't work for a long ass time. Why? Why do you lose your job for saying something that somebody don't like? That's a problem. Not something that I did to you. I hit you, I punched you in your mouth, I beat your ass, you my boss or whatever, I get it. Why do I have to lose my job for saying something you don't like? You don't agree with? I can't work my job? Seriously. Seriously, I can't work my job because I said something that you don't agree with. That's bullshit, man.
Got to turn it on.
Right.
It's time to be Snoop again, but what about when I want to cry?
Yeah.
What about when I'm hurt and I'm feeling bad and I feel disgusted and I want to be angry and I want to just blurt out?
Right.
I can't.
Right.
I let my emotions get the best of me.
Yeah.
I was frustrated on top of just venting and doing it the wrong way.
Talk to us a little.
And here's my thing. People vent on social media all the time. And yep, you right, Kelly Brown Eyes. Lonnie Love talk cash shit about black men. Nothing. It's true, girl. I get her point. You don't know her life. You ain't walked a mile in her shoes. She living her truth. Why can't she say what she wants? She living her truth. She speaking her truth. That's all you hear. Anytime a woman, especially a black woman, say some fuck shit about anybody, they living their truth, they standing in their truth, they telling her their truth, and they walking in their shoes, and you don't know her life, you don't know their life, because they living the way that they can, the best way they can. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Bit about your relationship with Kobe and what made it so, painful.
Man,
when you saw that interview.
Kobe was like the son and the brother to LA that we all needed, and we all loved him for that. You know, from the early 90s to his last days of playing basketball, we watched him grow into a man, a father, a mentor, a leader.
Right.
And he was the kind of guy that was forgiving. He was the kind of guy that was apologetic. So I had to take that on and say, let me put a little bit of him in me. But our relationship was based off of just being fans. I'm a fan of his. He was a fan of mine. I loved everything he did on the court, off the court. I loved him as a father to his daughters and how he was transforming into that man that we all want to be.
Yeah.
We all want to be that man that's loved by the kids and their wife, and just the stand-up guy. Like, to get to that point in life is hard.
Yes.
It's hard.
When this...
And here's my thing too, Easy, because Easy said this is bullshit. That nigga laid down like a bitch in heat. Snoop Dogg has clowned multiple people, but since it was Gayle and not a regular person with no juice, it's a problem. He lost my respect. And I get why you saying that. The thing is, he had to literally make a choice. And that choice comes down to this. Let me scroll to my bank app and see how much I got left to live on. Because if I don't do this, this is all I got left. Literally, that's what it was. That's what this shit came down to. Had he not apologized, Snoop's career as we know it would have been destroyed. I'm talking straight up Dynamite, TNT plunger, motherfucking Bugs Bunny, Road Runner Coyote, boom, gone. It would have been canceled Snoop Dogg, boycott Snoop Dogg, no more Snoop music, all that. All of that. That's what it would have become. It would have gotten to that had he not apologized. And my thing is this, and the point that I'm trying to make in all of this is, why aren't we as people talking about that shit? Of course it's about money. Why do you, and that's why I'm not mad at Snoop for that. Because that motherfucker got bills to pay. He got a life to live. And if he ain't got enough money that he wants, if he don't have enough fame that he wants, he has no choice but to apologize or cash out. That's it. That's it. There is no middle ground. There is no, I'm going to stand on my own and the people going to support me. Bullshit to the back. Because it's more niggas checking for Future than it is checking for Snoop. It's more niggas checking for Drake than it is checking for Snoop. Plain and simple. He don't have nearly the leverage of the people that them motherfuckers do. If Snoop drop an album today and Drake drop an album today, Snoop will be lucky to get 100,000 sales in the first day. Because everybody's checking for Drake. That's just what it is. Plain and simple. And that nigga didn't want to get that up. And I will never say, oh man, you should have gave up all your money and your fortune and your fame, nigga. Fuck that. Nope. Because niggas ain't gonna go and sell out Snoop the next time he drop an album. That nigga ain't guaranteed platinum in the first weekend. He not. Ain't nobody checking for him like that. So yes, that nigga's making his check being on TV with Martha Stewart. That nigga's making his check doing his TV shows, his game shows, and all that other shit. That's how he getting his check. And that bitch Oprah can put a finger on the scale and tilt that shit make his balance go in another direction and fuck him over. Right. 10,000 copies. You can't tell that nigga that he got the cash out, bro. You can't tell a nigga that. Nigga should have cashed out with that 150 mil and been a man of his word, but niggas forget about everything after 2 days, so he'll be fine. True that. You can't tell a nigga when to cash out, man. That's a nigga livelihood. That's how a nigga get his check. That shit you see on Forbes and net worths and all that shit is partially true. Nigga could be worth 150 million. Don't mean he got 150 million. Yes, that nigga got some M's. He should have more than enough, but I don't know that nigga's his realistic financial situation.
The whole Gayle thing came up. I do feel like there was a lot of anger.
Right. Built up.
Like black men were furious. I have not seen that as a collective in a long time.
I see it all the time.
Well, of course you
I'm a
would.
black man.
Yeah, exactly right.
We just came from behind closed doors on that one. And it's a collective feeling of you guys are targeting us.
Exactly. And that's my thing with this. Black men, niggas, black folks, all of us came together and said, nah, this is too much. Because the thing is, and even with what that punk ass shit Charles Barkley said. Charles Barkley was saying, I think Ernie, I think you should talk about Kobe Bryant's his case because that's part of his legacy. That's part of his story. No, that ain't how this shit go. That fuck shit happened 17 years ago and he was not convicted. Bullshit to the back. Don't you dare bring that shit up when the man is dead less than a week. I don't want to hear that shit. You talking about something that didn't fucking come to conviction. Plain and simple. You do not have to bring that shit up. And the reason why I'm saying that is because you don't bring the shit up with anybody else. Don't nobody bring that shit up when they talk about Elvis. How many times have you heard people talk about Elvis? They talk about Elvis to this day. They've been calling that nigga the king, taking pictures in front of his fucking house. They've been standing out on Beale Street. They out there in the streets of Vegas. They on the streets in LA, dressed up like this nigga every day right now. Nobody says a thing about this dude marrying a fucking 13-year-old girl. Nobody says a word. How's that, Sway? How, Sway? Tell me that. Didn't nobody talk about fucking Kirk Douglas dying? Well, the first thing that they said? Oh, he was such a great actor. His children are great. He had so many great movies. Nobody brought up his fuck shit neither. He allegedly raped the girl. Where was that shit at? You didn't hear his sons defending that shit, did you? Nope. So I don't want to hear that shit. You don't hear every time they bring up the Transformer movies, motherfuckers talk about Bryan Singer ass and his motherfucking affinity for young boys. You don't hear that shit, do you? Nope. You don't hear nobody talking about cancel Transformers. Nope. Was it Transformers or was it one of the X-Men or some shit? Whatever the fuck Bryan Singer did. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. That's all I'm saying. So if you ain't bringing it up for all your compadres, God damn it, don't bring it up on Kobe. God damn it, they don't bring it up about Snoop. Don't tell me when Snoop died, talking about murder was the case that they gave him. I don't want to hear that shit. But they find a way to bring it up about specifically every black man. Every black man that has something go on with their life, whether they die, whether they go to jail, whatever the case may be, they find a way to talk about it. Thank you, Titus. Rob Lowe, you don't hear that shit, do you? Nope. Ain't nobody trying to cancel his commercials, are they? Nope. Paul Walker, Fast and Furious, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. It's the 10 crack commandments. But they don't bring that shit up. X-Men, thank you for that. They don't bring the shit up. No, they don't. So don't bring that shit up when Kobe motherfucking ass go down. Don't bring that shit up when Kobe died and his kids wasn't even alive, or only one of his kids was in Pampers when that shit happened. Fuck what you talking about. Ben Roethlisberger, not once but twice. You don't hear that shit every time he throw a touchdown. You don't hear that shit every game when he out warming up. You don't hear that shit, do you? But let a motherfucker have Ray Lewis out on the field. Ray Lewis was in the fucking Super Bowl. Yeah, he just got out of court on Ray Lewis just he's had such trouble with the law as of recently. He was accused of murder. All that shit. Every chance they got, they brought that shit up about Ray Lewis. You don't hear that shit about Roethlisberger? Nope. Ben Roethlisberger, such a great quarterback. He's been around for so many years. He's been tried and true. He's a proven great quarterback. He's one of the best that the Pittsburgh Steelers has ever had. That's all you hear. Right, King Jen? Talk about Jay-Z, former drug dealer. Talk about that nigga, former drug dealer. That's all you hear. You don't hear motherfuckers bringing up the Kennedys saying, yeah, they daddy, they granddaddy, who's a fucking who was a goddamn beer baron running illegal alcohol across the country. That's how they got their fortune. You don't hear that shit, do you? All you hear is old Robert and John F. and Jackie O. You don't hear that shit. You don't hear the shit about, Rob and Bobby Kennedy and John F. Kennedy. They was both fucking Marilyn Monroe. You don't ever hear that shit. So I ain't trying to go with that bullshit to where motherfuckers talk about, yeah, they should bring it up. No. And when that shit go our way, when they try to pull that shit with us, we all need to fucking get on these motherfuckers' asses. When you show some solidarity like that, that's what make people respect you. Because you go ahead and try to be in media, you try to be in movies, you try to be in entertainment, and try to talk about a Berg, a Stein, a Steen, a Gold, and see what happens. A Silver, a Silverman, say something about them and see what happens. You know why? Because they don't fucking play with theirs. And that's how we need to be. Yeah, they can do all kind of fuck shit, but you ain't gonna talk about them. You ain't gonna call them out their name. Because they will cancel your ass. And that's exactly how we need to be when somebody tries to talk about a Kobe, when somebody tries to talk about a Snoop Dogg, when somebody tries to talk about a Bill Cosby. He fucked up himself by talking to them goddamn police, but still, when somebody tries to pull that bullshit with us, we need to stop cannibalizing ourselves and tell these motherfuckers, now hold on, pimp. Because they always say what about Bill Cosby? Formerly known as America's dad, now in jail. Formerly known as, formerly seen as. So we just jump right on board with that shit? We cool with that shit? He shouldn't have did what he did. Yeah, what he did was fucked up, man. Yeah, what he did was fucked up. Okay, I get it. So we gonna be fair? Or we just gonna be on some fuck shit? Because if we just gonna be on some fuck shit, then you're wrong. If we gonna be fair, cool. Let's string up Bill. But let's string up everybody else along with him. Y'all want to string up R. Kelly? Fine. Let's string up everybody along with him. But you don't want to do that, though. It's, oh, well, we don't know. Well, we trying to see. Well, I guess. I don't really know all the details. Oh, so now you concerned about the details and the facts. But ain't nobody questioning the shit when it initially kick off. The minute a motherfucker dangle some black meat in front of a motherfucker, we the first ones jumping at the shit. Hung. We the first ones to jump at it. Yeah, let's get that motherfucker. Let's get his ass. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you I can get him. That's what we do. Now when some fuck shit jump off, can't talk about that. Black bitch put her motherfucking kids in the oven and bake them. You ain't gotta talk about them. Why you tearing her down? The bitch baked her fucking kids. You don't think that bitch need to be tore down? Let's cancel R. Kelly, but the bitch who baked her 2 babies, yeah, we won't talk about that. That don't need to be talked about. Oh, okay, we don't need to bring that up. Oh, okay. Bitch leave her kid in the car for 4 hours and she dies because she getting her weave done, comes back, see that her kid is dead, tries to hide it. Oh, no, we ain't gonna talk about that. No. No. Bitch kill her kids, wrap them up in plastic, put them in the freezer. 2-3 years go by. We finally figured out, oh, we don't know what she was going through. She could have been in a bad place. Bitch kill her kids, tie them up in plastic, put them in a closet. Boo-doo, 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 She killed her children, and she put them in the closet. She didn't give a fuck, because she's crazy. She won't forget it. Oh, and we cool with that. Let's not talk about that. She mentally ill. Don't matter. Call the shit out. Bitch leave her kids with her boyfriend, 6-month-old. She had the kid by another nigga. Now she with this other nigga. The baby only 6 months old. That nigga get mad because the baby crying while he trying to play Madden. He beat the kid to death. Oh. Well, damn, baby, you just was with the nigga for 2 months. Why would you leave your kid with it? I had to go to work. So you gonna leave your baby with a nigga you done known for 2 months? Who the fuck does that? That's the problem. We don't ever want to call that shit out because that's tearing us down. We don't want to tear each other down now. Don't talk about the bad stuff. We the main ones who want to keep some shit a secret, and then the minute somebody find out some shit about a nigga, they want a motherfucker put it all over. We want to put it all over Facebook. We want to get on live and talk about what this nigga did. Tell my baby my baby daddy did this. My baby daddy over here with this other bitch. My baby daddy fucked my cousin. My baby daddy did. We talk about that all day on live. She just venting. She got stuff she needs to get off her chest. Everybody deal with things their own way. Okay then. What's the problem? Exactly, Mo. They bringing up Dr. Martin Luther King. Dr. Martin Luther King had hoes. Yeah, he did. Let's talk about the hoes. Bitch, what was you doing? What was you doing? But you know what? Niggas love hoes. Don't they? Niggas love hoes. I love me a hoe, boy. I would. Yeah, man. Little driving bitch tear my life apart. Yeah, nigga. What do? We celebrate hoes. For every bitch that puts her inflated motherfucking fix a flat ass on Instagram, it's 1,000 niggas thumbing the shit up, right? Yup. Then the minute that ain't shit bitch get pregnant by your ass and then put you on child support, now she the worst bitch in the world, right? Yup. But we won't say nothing about her, but we'll say, nigga, you shouldn't have nutted him. You shouldn't have fucked that bitch. You right. Bitch, why you gotta have this nigga baby and you know he ain't shit and you ain't shit neither? That's all it is. We have to be able to hold each other accountable. Plain and simple. And the motherfucker who got the most power is the motherfucker that's most responsible. I don't give a fuck what you say. How you want to say it. If I'm the quarterback of a football team, I get the most motherfucking flack. Because when I'm winning, it's all on me. And when I'm losing, it's all on me. Now, after you talk about the quarterback, get on the coach's ass. After you get on the coach's ass, you get on the owner's ass. That's how the shit go. You don't like it? Give up your power.
You guys are coming after us. And you guys are us.
A lot of black men felt attacked,
Right.
you know,
And betrayed.
and that we as black people on both sides,
Yeah.
you know, how the wounds that we'd have to deal with as a community, how I think we expect each other to have a bit more sensitivity.
Say that.
You know what I mean?
Especially for our superheroes.
Yeah.
When someone becomes a superhero, we don't have a lot of them. But when someone becomes a superhero, it's our job to protect that superhero. So that's why we have that in our heart. Why y'all attacking us?
Right.
Exactly. You know, when he said that, what that reminded me of? Do you remember in Spider-Man, the one, I don't know which one it is, but it's the one with Doc Octopus on it. The one when the dude does play Dr. Octopus on it. Do you remember the scene where they were on the train and Spider-Man was doing everything he could to try to stop this motherfucker and he knocked that nigga out? And this was after he stopped the train and shit. And he was like passed out and he was laid out. And that motherfucker Doc Ock came on the Spider-Man 2. There you go. He came on the motherfucking train. And that moment where the people stood in front of him, like, Doc, you gonna have to fuck us up. We know we can't beat you, nigga, but you gonna have to fuck us up to get to our man. That's exactly what that reminded me of. It reminded me of that moment because even though I ain't got the power, even though I ain't no superhero like Spider-Man is, this nigga is down and out. I can at least buy this nigga 2 or 3 seconds with myself. That's what motherfucking men did for Kobe. Bitch, this man is dead and he died a tragic death with his 10-year-old daughter. Come on, man. I'm sorry, 12-year-old daughter. She 10 or 12. Don't matter. She's a baby. Fuck that. There is no excuse for that. There is no excuse for that. We all came together and stood up for Kobe. I dogged it. What they say, I drugged that bitch too. 13, thank you. I drugged Gail motherfucking ass too. Because she was dead ass wrong. I bet you one thing though. God forbid this happens to another motherfucking NBA player. Motherfuckers won't do that shit again. They'll think twice. I bet you Gail won't go do that interview. And if she do, I bet you she won't bring up no fuck shit. I guarantee you that. You know why? Because we all came down and stood together. Exactly. Everybody gonna think, ain't gonna call me no funky dog-headed bitch. I ain't doing that. Mr. Network executive. Nope. All I'm saying is, yes, Nick Young. So Gayle King is Doc. She was coming for Spider-Man. She had a lot of power. And in this particular instance, Spider-Man was dead and couldn't say, nah, hold on, y'all. I got this. I got it. I'm good. And he split that motherfucker apart and took his ass away. Because even in death, Even at the brink of death, that nigga was still a fucking hero. But my point was, we stood up to Doc Ock together. That's all. There was a moment of solidarity. You talking about a bunch of motherfuckers on the train that didn't know each other. All they did was saw what was right and looked at what was wrong and said, let's take a stand. I don't know what we can do. I don't know if we can win. I don't know. But I do know that I'm looking in the face of fucking evil and I'm going to confront it. I do know that what's happening now is wrong and I'm going to stand up for it. That's what it is. Because at the end of the day, Kobe brought it and sacrificed his body. Kobe sacrificed everything to bring us what he brought us every day on the court. He wasn't no fucking J.R. Smith. He wasn't a nigga that was just showing up to the games high. He wasn't a nigga that came out at half-assed and only played on the nights he really wanted to. He gave it to them niggas every single night. That's all I'm saying. That should mean something. And it did, because we all got on her ass. Imagine if we did that for everybody. Everybody, nobody is perfect. Nobody goes without flaws. But when you're doing good, let that mean something. Let that mean something. Plain and simple. Just because somebody does one thing bad don't make them all bad. Just because that person, if I do 1,000 good things and do one bad thing, that 1,000 don't mean shit. No way. Let's not live in that world.
Okay.
After we make it.
Right.
Do you think that some of that feeling of like you're targeting us, like that feeling comes from almost like maybe a shared or like passed down PTSD, like psychologically and emotionally from our history in this country?
Oh, yeah.
You hit it right on the nail.
You know what I mean?
It's automatically we feel like we're targeted.
Yes.
Yeah. We get caught up in our pain. So
Yes.
we just want to like, we want
Which is
to
the
communicate
most human
the pain.
thing.
Yeah. When did you realize that this was now a national debate?
Right.
And that's the thing. Being in pain, it's a natural reflex. It's a natural reflex when you're in pain to lash out. It's a natural reflex to fight back when you're in. If you're hurting and somebody is hurting you more, you do something to stop them from hurting you. Whether you shout out, whether you go live, whatever the case may be. And at the end of the day, Snoop is like, that's my friend. You let a motherfucker say some fuck shit about Eric Abrams in my presence, let alone on national TV. Let alone on national TV. Fuck that. Nigga, you gonna hear from me. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. My man, my boy died and can't speak for himself? No way. No way. It ain't even been a week. I'm already hurting. I ain't gonna let no football face bitch come and talk shit about my man who I know is a father, is a husband, is respectable, is just a all-around good person. And you gonna bring up some fuck shit from 17 years ago that he was not even convicted of and try to make him guilty? In my house? I'd have put Gail out. Bitch, get the fuck out before I shoot you. Did you just say? Yes, I did. How about that? How about that? And yep, I agree with you. Lisa should have went off on her ass with a straight up starting it off. Hold on, bitch. Let me check you real quick on my friend. How dare you come in my house? I ain't at your studio, bitch. You in my house and gonna disrespect my friend by pressing an issue that happened 17 years ago that I already told you was some bullshit, and you gonna press it with me and think that that's okay? Bitch, how dare you disrespect my friend, disrespect my friend's wife, disrespect my friend's children, and then disrespect me in my house. Get your shit and get the fuck out. Well, I didn't. Get your shit and get the fuck out. I'd have Malcolm X that bitch. That's what would have happened.
It got bad fast. It went from me just venting to I'm mad and yeah to uh-oh. Got the whole world in an uproar. And what's crazy is you may think it was more people against me, it was more people with me.
Oh, we know.
Oh,
Yeah, I saw that.
That was the strange.
definitely
That
picked up
was
on
just,
that.
thanks, Snoop. You said what we've been wanting to say.
Right.
But you
Right.
shouldn't have said it like
like
that.
that.
Yeah.
And that's my thing. My thing is this. And if you're watching, click the like button for me, please. I don't know how many likes I got up, but click the like button, click the subscribe button. Appreciate you. But my thing is this as well. I think that it was okay for Snoop to say what he said. I don't think that it was okay for him to say the threat part because of who he is and because of the power that he has. I do think that. Even though he was upset, even though he was angry, I get why he said it. But there is a responsibility that he should have, knowing the type of power he can wield by saying the threatening part. Before we come get your ass, you football face having bitch. I do get that. I do understand that part. But I think everything else, he was absolutely entitled to say. Absolutely. Because just like he's hurting, just like he was angry, he has the right to express himself. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Just like Gayle had the right to keep pressing a fucking issue, to keep asking some questions, to try to fucking turn a motherfucker's legacy into some fuck shit, or to stain his legacy, I absolutely believe he had every right to say what he said. I just don't think he should have said the threatening part. He shouldn't have said that.
That
Yeah,
part.
that-
You get it?
Yes,
that was the part.
And I'm a man.
Yes.
It don't bother me
It
to
wasn't
check
what
me.
you said.
Right.
It was how you
Right.
said it.
But it just shows that I needed to be bigger.
Right.
Because I could have created a worse situation by saying, you know what, they with me, so I'm right.
Right.
Yeah.
No, there's always some wrong in the right.
Right.
So true.
Yeah.
You just have to look for it.
Yeah.
And I went looking for it.
Yeah.
I went looking for it because I wanted to make sure that what I said was said the right way, and I wanted to make sure that the message was across that we love Kobe and be respectful of Vanessa and those kids.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's what the whole intent was.
Right.
Exactly. And my thing is this. That's how everybody should have felt about Gayle. Because don't nobody else do that shit, man. Don't nobody else do that shit. Do you realize when Paul Walker died, nobody brought up the fact that he was dating and fucking an underage girl? Nobody said it. Everybody came together, motherfucking Vin Diesel, Tyrese, Ludacris, The Rock, all them niggas came together and talked about how we praying for him and his family, how we just are mourning a loss. We lost a great friend and actor. We are going to cherish him and he will never be forgotten. That's all you heard. Nobody brought up the fuck shit about him being with and his girlfriend was an underage girl. Nobody did. They still haven't. So why do we do that with Kobe? Is my question. And that's why she got just what she fucking deserved. She got chin checked because she was dead ass wrong. And I don't give a fuck if the network told her to do it. If it was on a list of questions, bitch, you should have forgot that one. You should have skipped over it. You should have moved on. Plain and simple. And that should go for anybody else. Understand the fact that there are just certain things that you don't do. No matter how salacious it may be, no matter how drama filled it could be, no matter what type of response it could fucking trigger, if it ain't something that they do to everybody, then goddamn it, don't do it to this person. Especially when your skin and their skin, his skin is the same goddamn color. You don't want to look at it from a moral perspective, then look at it from a goddamn color perspective. They ain't doing it to them, so why should we do it to us? Since you can't have no discernment and you got to do what the networks say, fuck out of here. She did that shit on her own. Bitch, we know who your friend is. You do what the fuck you want to do, and you do it the way you want to fucking do it. And they're paying you millions of dollars for it because you fucking Oprah's friend. And I ain't hating on that. But goddamn it, with great power comes great responsibility. And that is my second Spider-Man reference.
To protect that woman and them babies over there because she's still grieving.
Yeah.
And let's give them that respect.
Right. How did it make you feel when you saw what was happening in regards to your words, when you saw how people reacted?
It made me feel like I had too much power.
Mm-hmm.
And,
wow.
at that particular time, I was abusing it.
Mm.
And that there is some soft ass shit. Here's my thing, Snoop. You an old grown ass man. Plain and simple. That's just the fact. You an old grown ass man. Don't be afraid of your saying you had too much power. Don't be sitting there saying no fuck shit like that. Because no matter who you are, any man with power, any man that has power, you have to learn how to be responsible with it. Not that you need to have it. You saying you have too much, that means you need it taken away. Fuck that. You did the right thing. You just needed to do it a better way. That's all. You having that power, it ain't no difference than anybody else having that same power. Ain't nobody perfect. Hell, David in the Bible was one of the wisest men of all time. He still did some fuck shit. Right? Right. David up in his palace and shit, smoking a cigar or smoking some weed after a long day of being a king. Go out on his balcony, look over, and what do we see? Was it Bathsheba? Bathsheba? Was that the girl? Anyway, he see this fine-ass woman taking a bath. He like, damn, I want that motherfucker. Hey, find out who she is, man. They find out who she is. You know what he do? Damn, she married? Yep. You know what that motherfucker did? Sent that motherfucker's husband off to war to get killed on the front line. Send his ass to the front line. And bring me his wife. That was some fuck shit. David, one of the wisest, known as the wisest king, he had wisdom beyond his years, the wisest man of all time. I got it right? Hell yeah. I know a little bit about church. I go by a church house every now and again on tonight. Killed her husband so he can get her. That's some fuck shit. You don't hear people bringing that up when they talk about David, do you? Nope. All they do, the Spirit of the Lord comes upon my heart. I want to dance like David danced. That's all we talk about. David stopped a woman from cutting a baby in half. That's all we talk about. David beat Goliath. Oh, that was his son Solomon that was supposed to be the wise. All right, well, he was the greatest king of all time. Whatever. Can't get them all. But that's all they do is talk about with David. When you hear people talk about David, you do not hear the Bathsheba story. You don't, Bathsheba. You don't hear it. You can read about it. Everybody might talk about it now and again. That ain't what David is known for, is he? David is known for killing Goliath. Nigga had 3 rocks, put a rock in the slingshot, flung it up at the giant, had the 2 other rocks, because the giant had 2 other brothers. Just in case them niggas showed up. That's what you hear about David. You hear about David being a wise king? two women arguing over a baby. He said, well, look, this is what we'll do. We'll cut the baby in half, give you one half of this little motherfucker, give you the other half of this little motherfucker. What did they do? One of the women said, no, I ain't gonna let you chop my baby in half. The other bitch was like, yeah, chop this motherfucker. Let me get my half. This old ratchet bitch was up in front of David. Like, give me my half of my baby, bitch. If she can't have it, if I can't have the baby, I want to cut this motherfucking half. Give me my baby. And David said, nah, bitch. With your ratchet ass. You was willing to cut this little motherfucking half just so you could have your half? No, bitch. Clearly, she's the mama. Get a baby today. Get that ratchet bitch out of there. And that bitch was probably leaving on live talking about they took my baby from me. They wouldn't cut the baby in half. I wish I could have had my baby. These motherfuckers got me fucked up out here. King David ain't shit. King David a whole ass nigga. He ain't let me have my baby. I want my baby. They about to now put me out of Section 8. My Section 8 hut. They gonna kick me out the motherfucker now because I ain't got no kids because this bitch got the kid. At least if I'd have had half the baby, I could have had a Section 8 tent instead of a hut. But now I'm out here homeless. So let me go ahead and bounce back, boo. I'm gonna take some more pictures on Pyramid Graham and put them out there so y'all get at your bitch if y'all like what y'all see, because I'm also a pyramid model on the weekend. That's what that bitch would have did. That's what she did. Bitch was on Pyramid Book talking cash shit live. That's all you hear.
And that's just what I felt.
Got it.
And I had to get it right.
Right. I want to talk about the turn that happened that made you decide to apologize in the way that you did.
Because that's so powerful.
It was like, I was like, yes.
You know, I'm a great person as far as understanding when I'm wrong. Like, I like being an example of wrong to right because my whole career is based off of being wrong to right. So I get it and I understand and I love being that example. But this time was different because Mama called.
What did your mother say? What did your mama say to you?
Well, my mother raised me in church and she raised me to respect women. So it was just certain things that she said to me that took me back to being a little kid. And when your mama can make you feel like a kid, that's when you got to get right.
Yeah.
I didn't feel grown. I didn't feel like I was Snoop Dogg, the rapper.
Right.
I felt like Snoopy.
Look at how he acted. God damn it, Snoop. You're just playing this shit too much. He's getting too soft. God damn it.
And I felt like
I felt like I was Snoop Dogg until my mama called. Then I became Snoopy. That's who I became when my mama called me. Damn it, man. Oh, no.
okay,
Right.
all right. And she didn't say I was wrong. She just was just giving me, you know I raised you
Giving
better
you
than
the
that.
truth.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. You're a representation of us.
Yes.
Us. Every woman that ever crossed your life, you're a representation of that.
Wow.
So I
Wow. I love the fact that Willow don't say shit but wow. In the whole show, that's all she say. I'm gonna tell you something, Willow, if you hear me, I just want to say this. I like the fact that you don't try to inject yourself into the conversation by saying stupid shit or meaningless shit. She speak every now and again when she can, and it's cool. But her position and her move on this whole show is to do this. Wow. Yeah. Wow. That's all she does. Whenever you watch Red Table Talk, just watch her and listen to her. Every time, because Jada she do that shit too. They all have their moments where they're all together in unison, be like, wow, yeah. But Willow, she always put it in there to co-sign. She like a backup vocal. She like a backup vocal whenever a motherfucker talking. It's like, yeah, that's when I became, I went from Snoop Dogg to becoming Snoopy. Yeah. You know, black men, you know, we was all upset. We was all mad. We was angry. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it was like, you know, when I realized that what I said and people was like, you right, I realized that they was like, I got too much power. Wow. Shout out to Willow Smith looking like her daddy. Go ahead, girl.
Got it. And I didn't tell my team. I didn't go to my publicist and say, hey, guys, I'm planning on. I just did it.
Yeah.
Right.
Just did it.
And then I hit him with it. So I would like to apologize to you publicly for the language that I used and calling you out of your name and just being disrespectful. And they was like, wow, we were thinking about putting together a tweet. You don't have to. A tweet ain't the heart. Sometimes the tweet get misread or misunderstood.
Yeah.
When I'm talking to you and you're looking into my eyes and you're hearing me, it's a real respect of the apology is authentic, it's sincere, and I'm really sorry.
Now that's something I always say. There are certain things that you can't text and can't. I think I maybe done a video about that a while ago. There are certain things that you should not text. One of the things I give as far as relationship advice: never text an argument. Never, ever, ever. Anytime that you and your loved one, your significant other, your homeboy, your friend, or whatever, anytime you're having a disagreement or you having an argument, never, ever, ever text it. Never text it, because it definitely can, and most of the time it is taken out of context. It really is. And another thing that misses from that you miss from text, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, direct message, instant message, whatever the case may be, you miss the inflection and you miss the sincerity of those words. You do. You miss that. You truly don't get the genuine emotion behind the words that are being said. And that matters, especially when you're talking about matters of the heart, and that matters when you're talking about things you're passionate about. There are certain things that you just cannot text. Right? You can't text tone of voice. You can either type in all caps, would mean you shouting, or you type in regular text, but you can't type an emotion. You can't type anger. You can't type sadness. You can't type regret. You can't type those feelings. They can't be typed. They can't be text. So be mindful of that. Whenever you say something that offends somebody, you say something that irritates somebody, hurts somebody's feelings, whatever the case may be, make your apologies in person. Make your apologies on the phone. Pick up the fucking phone and dial a person's number to make those apologies or to make those corrections or to express your opinions. It matters. Believe that. It definitely matters. Right. Just even emojis. Emojis can be misinterpreted. They truly can. Emojis can be misinterpreted. So sometimes you have to say things a certain way, and sometimes things demand to be said a certain way. And a simple tweet or a simple text message or something like that is not always the best way to say them. Just a little point, a little tip there. That's some relationship rehab for your ass. Be mindful of that. Arguments, disagreements, and sincerity should not be text.
Yeah.
Have you talked to Gail?
No, but I've reached out through her friends, through her associates, and I even DM'd her, sending her a prayer, letting her know I apologize to her, just doing all of the things that I could do to just put my effort forward. You know what I'm saying? Because I was wrong.
Right.
I said I'd love to meet with you privately.
Yeah.
That was my last. That was my last. That was my last line, just to make sure that it wasn't going to be watered down or diluted, where I can actually give her a hug, look in her eyes, and talk to her like we talking.
Yeah.
This is a little bit different than, you know what, I'm sorry, and I didn't mean it.
It's much different because just feeling the beauty of your spirit, Snoop.
Right.
You got a lovey-dovey spirit, you know,
Blame it
and
on
that's
mama.
not to take away any of his gangster. You can't.
And here's my thing about that. So you heard what he said. You heard him apologize 30 million times, and then he reached out to Gail and forgive me, but I think that's really fucked up, and the fact that she's being a bitch to not squash this beef. This ain't some shit that happened over 10 years. This ain't some shit that didn't happen for 2 weeks. He didn't constantly beat her for 8 or 9 years, and she got all of this healing to do to forgive this nigga. She should have just went ahead and just said, it's good, it's squashed. Why? Squash it for us. Squash it for the people. Because now, in my opinion, she's fucked up still, because now she's leaving this nigga in the I'm sorry zone, and we can't move forward because he's waiting to hear from her. And that, in my opinion, would make anybody else, in my opinion, feel apprehensive about apologizing. Because like I said, and if she was a real black woman and wanted to keep a black man strong, why not just say, brother, it's all good, I forgive you, we moving on from this. Real black woman supporting her black brothers, her kings, her black man. I'ma stand up for my black man. Why not just come right out as soon as he sent you word from your friend? Because Hollywood is small now. 6 degrees of separation ain't no fucking joke, especially in Hollywood. Hollywood is small. He reached out to her friends. He hit her up on the DM. He apologized publicly on Instagram. He sent her messages and nothing yet. He even offered to meet with her privately to show his sincerity. What's she doing? Letting the nigga hang. Letting the nigga sit out there on I'm Sorry Island like a motherfucker. Now, you want to talk real shit? Where's his support? Where's his uplifting? How come ain't a bunch of motherfuckers talking about Gail needs to uphold and uplift Snoop? Gail needs to forgive Snoop. Ain't not one motherfucker call for Gail to accept Snoop's apology publicly. I wonder why. Because when it's a man, when it's a nigga out there, you don't give a shit. You want niggas to suffer. And it's fucked up that our own women want niggas to suffer. Will do anything to make a nigga suffer. Oh, that nigga got to pay. Fuck that. Nigga got to pay for that shit, bitch. That's what they do. That's how it is. Anytime a nigga try to show any type of remorse, you still want that nigga to get his lashes like Denzel in fucking Glory. Nigga, you stole them shoes. Yeah, but this is why I did it. Don't matter, nigga. Take them lashes. Pap, 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 pap. Single tear. That's exactly why. Nobody gonna call for this bitch to say that. Because why? You still gonna take her side. She's still going through a lot. Well, maybe she just ain't ready. Why can't she take her time? This supposed to be for the glory, ain't it? For the people. Ain't we lucky we got them? Ain't that what it's supposed to be about? Now, you talk about Snoop growing up, stepping up, being a man, apologizing, going on a fucking apology tour. Where's the call for Gail to be responsible? Where's the call for Gail to respond? Where's the call for Gail to say, Gail, you need to squash this shit too and let it be good? Where's the call for Gail to apologize to Vanessa? Where's the apology for Gail to? Where's the call for Gail to apologize to the kids? To go on an apology tour talking about how she shouldn't have said that shit about Kobe. Nate called for, is it? Nope. And that's why I get it. I get the fact that you say, Easy, that man, that's some bullshit. He shouldn't have apologized. I get it. But that nigga just didn't want to cash out. And I get that too. Because that's what it would have cost him. Yes, she's doing it on purpose. And that's my thing. You have to acknowledge the fact she doing that shit on purpose because she's a vindictive bitch. She wants him to pay. She wants him to suffer. She don't just want to squash it. And that ain't just her. That's a lot of our black women. When they don't get their way, when they don't get what they want, they will do anything to make a nigga pay. I take your kid and go to another state. I won't let you see your kid. I put you on child support. I'll take your kid and I'll go be around another ain't shit nigga. I'll take your kid and leave him with my fucked up mama before I leave him with you. I'll cut my kid's braids out of her hair that you just got done by another bitch, because it ain't what I wanted, nigga. You gotta pay, nigga. And you gotta pay with your suffering. That's what these motherfuckers do to us. You ain't gotta pay, nigga. You gotta suffer. It's a special type of motherfucker that does that. You just ain't gotta pay, nigga. You gotta suffer. I'm gonna hurt you. I want you in pain, nigga. And then if you fuck around and kill yourself, so be it. So be it. And black women are notorious for fucking with niggas until they kill themselves, and in some cases kill they motherfucking ass. Like the Facebook dude. You bitch just kept pressing, kept fucking with him. Then when he show up with that motherfucking AK, now the bitch want to stop. When he chased the mama and the sister out and it's just her now left, now the bitch want to apologize on live. Then when he killed the bitch, now it's over. Now everybody's sad for her. Think about it like this. What type of person makes another person suffer? Not get your lick back. Suffer. I want to inflict so much pain on you, motherfucker, that you're hurting. Not hurt. You're hurting. It's continuous. You'll see me on Instagram with another nigga and your son. You'll see me on Facebook Live and another nigga got your daughter. You'll see me on live and another nigga that's with your daughter. I just met this nigga 2 weeks ago. We a family now. In another state. Hell no, you can't see her. You ain't paid no child support. Fuck that. You can't spend no time with her. No, you can't see your son. You ain't paid child support. Fuck you. And we pay taxes to a government that supports that very shit. Very same shit. That's my problem with Gail. That's my problem with black women. You make niggas suffer. And you will make not just the nigga suffer, you make the baby suffer. You will have a kid crying for his daddy. You will have a daughter crying for her daddy. You'll lie and talk shit to a girl's daddy that's 4 years old. Your daddy don't love you. Your daddy don't want to be with you. Your daddy didn't give me no money, so your daddy don't want you. Why can't I talk to my... Y'all remember that video that bitch did where she went live and was talking shit to the baby's daddy, telling the baby that her daddy didn't want her, her daddy didn't want to be with her, and the little girl in the backseat crying, getting as emotionally worked up as the mama is because the mama putting that shit on her? Putting a child in an adult situation. Why? Because you want that nigga to suffer. And here's my thing, men. You need to think about that shit when you clicking the like, when you DMing, trying to motherfucking book an Instagram model that just got a fat blown up ass. When you see a bitch on live in Spice Room 101 Spice Gang, they got her titties out sitting in a negligee trying to dance and pop her ass around and smoke blunts, and you talking about, damn, shawty, you think as hell I'm ready to fuck. You need to think about that when you fucking a bitch like that, when you want to fuck a bitch like that. Because she ignorant and ghetto like your mamas and your sisters and your aunties, you need to think about the type of bitch you dealing with, because at the end, she will make you suffer. A bitch that don't care nothing about herself and don't care nothing about her kids, she damn sure don't care nothing about you. You DM a bitch, drop $100 on her, and you fucking her that night with some, cause you got some weed and a Henny, and this bitch got the plan B, and you fucking. That bitch don't care nothing about you, cause she don't care nothing about herself. let alone your kid. And she will make you suffer, nigga, just because she not getting her way. She don't give a fuck about what's doing right. She just want to do wrong because doing wrong is what she want to do. And once that shit is put out, once it all comes to light, once it's all blown up, everybody gonna say, you don't know her life. She had a hard life. She was molested. She got touched. You don't know her. She telling her truth. She living her truth. You don't know how it is. Well, what about the man know? What about the men know? Bitch, you got all the power and you're using it to make me suffer. To that I say, fuck you. And I'm gonna call it out.
You
Blame it on my
can't
mama.
feel that from a text.
Right.
You can't feel that from a tweet.
Right. Me apologizing was a big difference because people didn't expect that.
No.
They thought I was going to hold on to my gangster and be like, you know, I said what I said. And people looking up to me and saying, well, I like what you did, Snoop. How can we better ourselves and correct our mistakes and not feel ashamed and not feel less of a man because I said I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And that's usually what it is.
Go
we
ahead,
just
Willow.
man up and deal with it. And I don't mind being checked.
Yeah.
Right.
Because if I'm wrong, check me.
Right.
Because I don't want to keep repeating my mistakes.
Boom! You hear that? That's the one thing that I talk about all the time with black women. And this is a blanket. This is for women in general. Lack of, allergic to, can't stand, hate, don't ever want to accept accountability or responsibility for the fuck shit they do. It's everybody else's fault. It's all these life circumstances that you never want to accept responsibility and accountability for the shit you done and the shit that you do.
Right.
Because I want to be a better person.
But Snoop can. Snoop should. Because that's stepping up. That's being a man. He doing what he's supposed to do. Great. I ain't got no problem with that. When that shoe's on the other foot and that table is turned around, where's the outcry for that woman to do the same thing? That's what I'm talking about.
My kids, grandkids, you know, my mama and them and her friends and auntie and them I can call you again. All right, nephew. You had me
You're not in
wonder.
the doghouse no more.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be in the church doghouse.
Right. I love you saying, I don't mind being checked because that means you're always open to learning.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all we
I'm a
can
student.
do.
Yeah, I'm a
Yes.
student.
We're
again.
all a student in this.
I love studying. When this thing happened with Gail, I got calls from Tyler Perry, Puff Daddy, Van Jones.
Wow.
Like powerful black men. And they didn't bash me. They just was, brother, we got your back. You know, if you need, but we think that you should have said it.
Right.
See how they got to that? They didn't just start off with that.
Yeah.
It's a big difference. Hey, look what you do. Well, what's happening then? I'm going to match your energy with your energy.
So true.
When you get at me with the, hey, brother, we just calling to let you know we support you and we love you. And, you know, you could have went about it a little bit differently.
Right.
And here's my thing, too, with that. The conversation and the discussion, if that's your homeboy, if that's your man, you know him, that door should always be open to have that conversation. To say what it is, what your opinion is of what somebody done. You should still be allowed to say what you want to say. Freedom of speech. You should still be allowed to say what you want to say. And yes, if it hurts your feelings, if it offends you, you have the right to respond and then engage in conversation. Plain and simple. And I know what them niggas called and told him, bro, don't fuck up your bag for this bitch. What you said, I agree. What you said was some fuck shit. I mean, what she did was some fuck shit, but bro, don't fuck up your bag for this bitch. That's what they told that nigga. Bro, don't let this bitch fuck up your bag. I understand why you said it, but the motherfucking media ain't gonna let this shit ride, bro. Apologize to that man. Had to put that Martin Lawrence Bad Boys 2 on him. Apologize to that man. That's what he did to protect the bag. And we need to get to a point to where a motherfucker's bag ain't always on the line. To where a motherfucker don't lose their job because they say something you don't like. I don't like it, so you lose everything. We have to move beyond that, y'all. We do. Because what it's ultimately doing, it's hindering us from growing. It's keeping us from becoming better people and becoming a better country. It's keeping us from becoming better humans. That's what it does. When you get so locked in on your fucking emotions and how you feel to where you can't fucking talk and conversate, it limits you as a human being from growing. You can't become a better man or a better woman without being able to have a conversation because somebody offended you, hurt your feelings, or said something you just didn't like. Long as I ain't putting my hands on you, shut the fuck up and just listen and say what you want to say right back to me. And just let it be just that, a conversation. I say what I want to say, you say what you want to say. I tell you how I feel, you tell me how you feel. We try to come to a middle ground, and if we can't, we just agree to disagree. Let's leave it. It's fine.
You think so? Yeah. All right. What could I do? Thank you, brother. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
We got a real brotherhood going on behind the scenes.
I love hearing that.
For real.
Many prominent women express their appreciation for your public apology.
And here's my thing, too. Snoop, you said you got a real brotherhood going behind the scenes. Bring the shit to the front. Show the shit out front. Show the shit together. Show, and here's my challenge to y'all. Show us young men, show these young boys that y'all niggas are together. Like he was talking about earlier about YG and Nip. That's the kind of shit motherfuckers need to see. That's the kind of shit niggas need to have go viral. That's the kind of shit that niggas need to talk about because it shows men doing man shit. I can't tell you how many times I've had conversations with men and disagreements with men and come to an understanding and be good. No problem at all. But I can also tell you that there are plenty of times where I've had some hoe ass niggas, some man, woman like men who can't get there because they are limited by their conversation. Same thing with women. I've had plenty of women have a discussion with me. We talk, we get our points across, and we good. I've had disagreements with my own wife, and we find a way to get to common ground. She says what she needs to say. I say what I need to say. We get an understanding. All right, well, let's understand what we're saying. What I'm saying is this. Okay, babe, what you say? What I'm saying is this. Her voice is actually a little lighter than that, but that's what we do. And then we walk away with an understanding. That's what growth is. That's how we build and strengthen our relationships. Having a conversation to understand, not to just talk shit, not to just name call, not to just insult. That can all be in fun and games, but you ain't getting nowhere. You ain't building shit. You're literally just talking shit, which leads me to believe that you're full of shit at the end of the day. Get to this point to where Snoop can say, me and my boys, we talked, we had an understanding, they checked me, they gave me some insight, they gave me some constructive criticism, and I took that, mixed that shit up in a bowl, threw it in a pan, and baked a hell of a motherfucking cake for us all to eat from. So we can all see how to grow and how it's a process. You don't have to condemn me for doing something wrong. Celebrate me for growing and making a wrong a right. Yes, Kevin Mahone, solidarity is contagious. When men see men standing together, we will all, it catches on like wildfire. Especially celebrities, because they have more influence.
To Gayle King, and Dr. Iyanla Van Zandt sent a message to you.
For real? Oh, wow. I'm scared of her. I'm over here with Willow like, what I done did now?
Wait a minute, what? What you say, Martha? Why not talk about Gayle scary behind? Let's dead this convo for likes and clickbait. Point proven. Point proven. Point proven. All of the shit that I have said in this whole show, all of the things I've said, and I guarantee you that this bitch ain't been here for the entire show, first of all, so she don't know the full context of it. The other part to this is, this bitch, Martha, had the audacity to just say, hey, why not talk about Gail Scary Behind? Let's dead this convo for likes and clickbait. Why not, if you don't like it, because you're entitled, why not just move on? Why not go click on something else? Why do you feel the need? Because there's obviously 157 motherfuckers that are okay with this conversation, that are enjoying this conversation. Why not just move on and say, let me go to something else? No, I'm going to try to sidetrack the conversation and leave some fuck shit before I do whatever the fuck. This is the problem. This right here is the problem. Martha Wilkerson is the fucking problem. Because it's an ain't shit bitch that leaves a comment like that that's totally unsupported. Bitch, you don't know what the fuck I've been talking about for the past hour and 55 minutes because your dumb ass just got here. And if you had a problem with it, just fucking leave. You don't tell me what the fuck to do with my show. You don't tell me what the fuck to do on my platform. This is my shit. You don't take your ass to motherfucking ESPN and tell them to stop talking about sports, do you, bitch? No. You don't go to VH1 and tell them to stop talking about love and hip hop, do you, ho? No. You don't go to motherfucking the Food Network and tell them to stop talking about cakes and pies and shit, do you? No. So get the fuck off my channel and just use your remote or your mouse and click the fuck on to another channel. It's that simple. But what do bitches do? They want to come and fuck shit up. That's it. I want to come and disrupt. I want to talk shit. I want to start shit. I want to get shit going. That's what they do. That's it. If you had a question, why not ask the question? How you gonna come to another motherfucking house and tell them how to live? The fuck out my face on the internet, Martha. Please. If you don't like it, just move on. I'm a little ass YouTuber. I got a small motherfucking platform. That's it. Why do you need to fuck with me? My motherfucking platform is little as shit. Why do you need to fuck with me? Ain't shit bitch. That's why. Because I'm a bitch and I want to start shit. Because I'm a bitch and I think I can say whatever the fuck I want to say. Motherfucker, you right. But why not move on if it's so disturbing to you? I can't tell you how much shit I have clicked on in YouTube. And everybody know this. You can start clicking on shit in YouTube and go down the motherfucking YouTube rabbit hole. And before you know it, you in fucking Wonderland. I don't comment. I don't. I just move on. I say, I don't like this shit. Let me click off of it. I don't like this. They talking some bullshit. Let me move on. Let me go over here. Let me go try something else. I just leave. I don't feel the need to talk shit about another motherfucker's platform that I clicked on. Bitch, ain't nobody made you watch me. I ain't on your fucking TV, ho. I didn't pop up on your phone and say you better click here now or lose your life. I don't get that. But an ain't shit bitch who don't have a life, that's exactly what she would do. That's exactly what she would do. And the bitch could be moving on to something else, or she could be sitting back laughing in her motherfucking nasty ass house, talking shit. Say, yeah, bitch, I got this nigga talking about me, bitch. But at the end of the day, You go to sleep in your miserable life and think about how sad your life is while I'm steady living mine. To the fullest. I'm getting my Jill Scott on. Living my life like it's golden, golden. Living my life like it's golden, 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 golden. That's all I'm saying. Move on, man. Something ain't your cup of tea. Go ahead. Now, if you want to have a conversation, you want to discuss what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, get mad. As Morpheus would say, again, let's do that. But other than that, what you say, Black Sheep? Bye, Felicia. Bye. All right, let's hear what y'all got to say, and then we about to get you up out of here.
Deep bow to you, my sister woman, Jada. And I thank you for this opportunity and for this conversation that we're having. And to you, my beloved Snoop, I honor your courage, your integrity, and the demonstration of leadership that you are for apologizing for your behavior. I don't believe that the culture of disrespect is new, specifically African-American people. We have been programmed and conditioned and educated in a society that expects us to accommodate, tolerate, and accept both public and personal disrespect. My challenge to Snoop and anyone else involved, particularly those of us who have a public forum, is to say and do only those things that will facilitate healing. And I believe that's what the apology did.
Lord have mercy.
Okay. That's the doctor.
That's all right. Except, here's why I have a problem with that. Because she's speaking on a subject, which I ain't got no problem with, but Ayanna, in all fairness, you should have charged Gail with the same type of shit. But Gail, your buddy's buddy. She said all parties involved. You be the first one on your show talking about call a thing a thing. I hear it. I love it. Call a thing a thing. Say, I think that Gail and Snoop should both come together and do what's necessary to bring healing. Don't just put that shit on Snoop. You wrong for that shit. That's not cool. But what she doing? She's doing the very same shit that we did. She's showing solidarity for her friend. Oh, I'll come and spank Snoop on his hand. Nah, Snoop, you shouldn't do that. You should do this. Hell yeah, her show is on OWN. That bitch is eating because of OWN. Believe that. Believe that. Ayanna tried to go her separate way and try to do her thing. She thought she was big and popping and got on CBS and flopped and fell on her ass and wind up crawling back to motherfucking Oprah. Because Oprah was like, bitch, I made you. Don't forget. She definitely bit the hand that she bit the hand that was feeding her and learned her motherfucking lesson after some years. But the point is this. You either didn't have to get involved in this, and if you are, for the sake of us, call it what it is. Gail and Snoop have some motherfucking growing to do. But what do? We okay with that shit. Gail came on and said what she said to Snoop, and then, oh, wow. And she wasn't talking shit, but she just wasn't being, to me, she wasn't being completely honest about the situation. How can you talk shit to Snoop and not acknowledge the fuck shit that Gail did when the fuck shit that Gail did triggered the reaction from Snoop? How does that happen? How do you just forego that? You're still trying to make it seem like Eric said earlier. They want to paint this fucking picture, this fucking Leonardo da Vinci portrait of Gail being the fucking victim. And she's not. Shit's fucked up.
She actually brings up a really good point.
That's a great point she brought up because we are programmed.
Yeah.
We are conditioned. And see, when you identify, then you know better.
So Jamel Hill is a sports journalist and also has a very special message just for you.
Jamel Hill?
Yeah.
That's my girl. She got mad at me when I took off on Gail the first time. That's what I'm saying. She gonna check me if I'm wrong.
Snoop, I want to thank you for apologizing. I know what you said was out of character and coming from a place of hurt, but we need to find a way that we can correct one another, dialogue with each other without it potentially causing harm. Black men in this country have been made to feel like a target, and the weight of that hurt and pain that they've absorbed from the world comes back in our direction. Sometimes we are made the target simply because we are a very easy group to take out your frustrations on. No matter where you are and what your hierarchy is in this society, we're guaranteed to be on the bottom of the totem pole. Right. And look, Snoop, you know how much I love you and respect you. You one of the OGs in this game. I think that you apologizing was a really big thing. I appreciate that as somebody who has always placed you in a prominent position in our community, and just in knowing you and knowing how you've treated me. When they came for me, you were one of my supporters. So, you know, I just appreciate the fact that you were able to help us push this conversation along in a positive direction.
Yes.
Man, that's heavy because
no accountability to Gail again. No accountability to Gail again. Two women. Thank you, Smitty. Where the men at? Where the brothers? Just women. This is bullshit at its finest.
When they went after.
And it's fucked up that he got to sit and take this shit and hear this shit and be cool with it. Because where were the men talking, and thank you for bringing that up, somebody brought that up about Trump. Where were the men getting on Jamel ass about saying that fuck shit about Trump? That got her motherfucking ass in trouble. Where's her red talk table? Where's a bunch of niggas calling in and talking about her ass and the shit she said with Trump? That's all water under the bridge, though. We ain't gonna talk about that. That's not of importance. This is about Snoop. Y'all right. Y'all right. It's about Snoop.
Her, I was there for her, like, what you want me to do? Like,
right.
It's a real, like, black man fashion, like, with the soldiers ready to go. And it's like, to hear that, it helped me step back and say how many women in my life that depend on me, that need me, and I need them.
Yeah. And there's so many of them.
What the fuck does that mean? What does that have to do with the fact that he said what he said because he was hurting? Why don't men get the pass of hurting and speaking out because they hurting? A fucking woman can kill a motherfucking man, can blow a nigga's brains out because she felt hurt. She felt abused. She got abused. She got hit. Kill a nigga. This motherfucker can't even speak his own words of his hurt and his pain from a bitch who disrespected his friend's death the week he died. Fuck out my face on the internet, y'all.
Right.
That you don't even know. Just like when I told you that story earlier. Right. You don't even know what that did for me. And I think sometimes we just lose sight of how much we need each other so that we can all just stand proud and walk together in power.
Yep.
If we don't have y'all, we got nobody. I have a couple of ideas of how disrespect is cultivated between black men and black women. I think one of the most difficult obstacles that we have to deal with is that there's still so much misogyny in our culture.
So what do we do to try to change that?
It's hard trying to be one individual when you actually been a part of the problem.
Yeah.
Like, I admit that I've been the one that said nigga, bitches, hoes. I used that my whole 7 to 10 years of my first beginning of my career. So it's kind of hard to like take those words out of the equation when I got to do shows that people love that song for those words.
Yeah. So just last year, you came out with a new album.
Right.
And it almost seems like you had a relapse. You went back to the calling women bitches and...
Let me explain to you. It's...
Now, here's my thing. So now, you're going to swing this shit from the apology with no motherfucking accountability on Gail's part. We ain't gonna say shit about Gail in this whole thing. And then you're gonna swing this shit around to this. And now you're going to charge this man about what he does, what he has made his living off of. You're gonna talk about this shit. You're gonna talk about his music. Are y'all really about to go there? And you gonna charge all this? So now this nigga gotta be sorry for his music that he's done too. Get the fuck out of here. You whoever said it earlier in the chat, this nigga is literally getting neutered right now.
It's hard to let go, something that you've been accustomed to your whole life.
Your whole life.
And something that you really trying to work on, and there's sometimes where it's like, oh man, I had a backslid. It used to be a time when my music was everything. You know, Snoop's music, his songs, his words. But once you become a grown man, and you realize that your words have power.
The repercussions.
And you have power. Then you have to pull back. And even me and Pac got into it because he was like, he wanted me to stay gangster. And I was like, cuz, I got a baby on the way.
Yes.
I just beat a murder case. I have a lot to live for.
Right.
He had no kids.
Pac and I used to get into his usage of bitch and hoe.
Right.
We got into it hardcore.
Because he could give you this beautiful record.
Yes,
and then turn around
and I was like, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm not talking about you. Ooh.
And it's we was torn though. Like,
right.
Here's why. We're torn because it's not just the culture, it's not just the music, it's our culture. It's what we do. And if you want to change the culture, you got to change the people first. We got this thing that's so, I just don't understand this. We have this thing to where we want to bring change about what we do and who we are. We want to bring that change from a celebrity and fame point of view and not change it from the everyday living perspective. You want to change the world, you got to start with changing yourself. You have to start with changing your life. We can't expect Snoop to change our lives all the way down here. You can't expect that. You can't have that expectation. That's just you putting the expectation on this one man to change the entire culture from the top down. How does that work? How do you change? Watch this shit. How do you change or rehab a house from the roof down? You ever seen that shit? From the outside in. You ever seen that? You build a new house by tearing down the old one. You tear down the old one to the foundation. That's how you change it. You want to gut a house? You want to remodel a house? You have to do it from the inside. That's what you do. What difference does it make if you really want the house to be different? You don't go and put new shingles on the motherfucker and say, yeah, there. See my house remodeled? What? You want to change the house from the inside? You gut the motherfucker and you rehab it. You don't expect him to change it all for all of us. It don't work that way. Exactly, he's an entertainer. That's just like Martin Scorsese saying, yeah, all those gangster movies I did was terrible. I'm not going to do gangster movies no more. I'm going to start doing kid movies. That ain't going to change the gangster shit that's happening in the world. That don't make sense. And it's like niggas be the first one to jump on that bandwagon. We want to make all of the people that are celebrities and all of the people that are influencers in our culture, not just in our culture, but in our race, we want to make them the ones that are responsible for fixing us. Look your dumb ass in the mirror if you want to change something. It's like y'all niggas are really trying to criticize his fucking music and him saying bitch and hoe, and fuck these hoes that's on fucking Facebook, fuck these niggas that's on Instagram with guns and dope. Seriously? Y'all think they doing this shit cause Snoop doing it? They doing this shit cause they getting money. Fuck out of my face on the internet, man.
To be able to do this and that, it's like he wasn't talking about you, but he had to talk to those that was out there.
Yeah. So here's the thing, though. He tried his best to define for me.
Bitch and hoe?
How he was walking his walk.
He tried to define for me the difference, which, of course, never really
made no
sense
at all.
Right. So you're saying your definition would make no sense.
I'm not going to try to explain it to you
good.
because I felt like in the beginning, that was a word that was brainwashed, that was taught to me.
Right.
And I just misused it, and I just kept throwing it out there, and I seen it came back to me on the Gail incident.
Yeah.
Because I had got rid of it to a certain extent, and Mama only caught it one time.
Right.
2 years ago, I put out a gospel album.
Right.
A whole album that was just gospel clean. Nobody wanted to talk about that.
Exactly. Thank you, Snoop. God damn. At least you get at least a fourth or a quarter of one of your testicles. Where all the motherfuckers at for that shit? Personally, I didn't even know the nigga put out a gospel album. Seriously. So how do you charge this motherfucker with the responsibility of changing our culture and changing the dynamics of our entire race, and this nigga does something that's good and nobody supports it? And watch these motherfuckers not have an answer for that and just say, yeah, wow. Watch. I'm betting on that shit.
Right.
But the minute I say bitch, hoe, see, but that's what...
He's like, I'm not talking about you. He's like, I'm not talking about you. Ooh.
And it's we was torn, though. Like, those that was out there.
Yeah. So here's the thing, though. He tried his best to define for me.
Bitch and hoe?
How he was walking.
And sometimes the complicated relationships that black...
Man, that was beautiful what you did. Keep up the great work. That sounded good.
So what do you think, Snoop? How can we... All these wounds that... Right.
Go back.
2 years ago, I put out a gospel album.
Right.
A whole album that was just gospel clean. Nobody wanted to talk about that.
Right.
But the minute I say bitch, hoe, see, but that's our problem. When we do right, we don't get commended.
Right.
So it's easy for us to backslide when no one's going to say, man, that was beautiful what you did. Keep up the great work. That sounded good.
So what do you think, Snoop? How can we...
Now you see how they just move right past that shit? Oh, yeah, right. Fuck the millions of dollars he spent promoting it. Fuck the hours and motherfucking days, weeks, and months he spent creating it. Oh, we just sum all that up with a right. Yeah. So what the fuck do you want this dude to do? You need to start at the root of the fucking problem, which is motherfucking us every day. Parents, households, neighborhoods, blocks, hoods, cities. That's where you gotta start. The red table talk needs to be about what the fuck is going on in our black homes. Where the fuck are the fathers? Where the fuck are these marriages? That's where this shit starts. Not Snoop, stop saying bitch and hoe because that helps us. No, it don't. Because just because Snoop stopped saying it, it don't mean that Man and Ray Ray and Shaquita and Latonda and all the rest of these ghetto motherfuckers ain't using the same fucking language. They gonna keep saying that shit. They just ain't gonna listen to Snoop no more. Because for every nigga that don't cuss, it's 10 niggas that is. These motherfuckers ain't listening to Snoop. They listening to Lil Yachty. That bullshit out of here.
We have all these wounds that we deal with as a community, because I really feel like the relationship between black men and black women, those wounds run so deep on so many levels.
Yeah, because a lot of them start in your house.
Right.
With grandmama, mama, then it seeps out into your relationships with the women that you have.
Let me ask you a question. I often wonder if the relationship between black men and women, and sometimes the complicated relationships that black men have with their mothers, because usually we are the only ones there.
In the household.
Right? And it's complex because I think a black son knows that his mama has been the only one there for him. But as you and I both know, just in male nature, that once a young man is growing up and starts ramming a little bit.
He want to get away from mama.
He wants to get away from mama. But also, I think sometimes how mama has to put control in on her black son.
It works against her sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah, because he becomes angry and mad towards the girl that he's with based off of the way his mother treated him. Because I remember when I first left my house, me and my wife used to argue about, you ain't my mama, how you gonna tell me what? And that was the first thing I had to get rid of, to stop saying that.
Right.
Because I kept looking at her as my mother, like, when you say something to me, I left my mama's house because I didn't want to be told what to do.
Yeah. So why not talk about just that? Why not talk about the mamas that's in these situations? We know who got control over if a kid is born or not, right? Wouldn't that be part of the issue? Wouldn't that be part of the issue? There's a reason why Will Smith's rapping career didn't make him famous, is because he didn't say bees and hoes. That's not actually true, because Will Smith had some motherfucking 10 million records. That nigga got some records sold, nigga. We didn't like all that shit, but the masses did. That nigga wrote some motherfucking hits for your ass. So you can't say that. He wasn't hood famous. Believe me, that nigga was famous. That shit he did, yeah. He wrote some motherfucking hits. But that's not the point. The point is this. You talking about the dynamics of the relationship that mothers and sons have. You're talking about the absence of fathers. You need to also talk about how we get to the single parent home. How do we get to the single mother home? How do we get to the point to where single moms are raising these kids, these boys and these girls, and we're seeing the products that they're becoming? We've been watching it for several generations now. Why not address that as that being the root of the problem? That's my problem with this. You're having a conversation, but you're not holding accountable the party that needs to be held accountable. Men aren't in the homes. Men aren't with these women. They're having multiple children by different dudes. It's not just one nigga that's just getting all these women pregnant and ain't taking care of their kids. It's these women choosing ain't shit niggas and having baby after baby after baby. Now, if you're talking about one woman that had one kid and the daddy didn't show up, I get it. How about the woman who got 6? The woman who has 5? The woman who has 4? The woman who has 3? All by different niggas. A 4x4. You know what a 4x4 is? 4 kids, 4 different baby daddies. A 3x2. A 6x4. 6x6. I'm not lying. That's what it is. That's sexual irresponsibility to the point to where you're procreating. Now, if you just want to take a bunch of dicks, bitch, that's your right as an American. But you don't need to have 6 kids by 6 niggas. You know this nigga got 15 kids. You want to have kid number 16. You don't think that's some responsibility on a woman's part? Because you the one that's stuck with raising them, right? Shouldn't you be more responsible with who the fuck you bring into this earth? To this world? You have the power. Because I bet you if you left that shit up to men, where if we got a motherfucker pregnant, we can say, nah, you can't have my baby. Terminate the pregnancy. It'll be a whole lot less kids in this motherfucking world, I tell you that. I know there's plenty of niggas that would be like, man, if I could take this baby back, I love my kid, but god damn it, I don't love my kid mama. If I could have stopped this bitch from having this baby, I would have. How many women have spent the abortion money? I'll wait. How many niggas then gave this bitch the abortion money and she went and spent it and had the motherfucker anyway? Come on now. Don't tell me I'm the only motherfucker that done heard of this shit. I can't tell you how many motherfuckers in the hood that I know of where they gave the bitch the abortion money and she spent it. I know a few of the bitches that got the abortion money and said, fuck that, I'm gonna spend it. I'm gonna have this motherfucker. Nigga just gave me $300. He the goofy. Wow. How many bitches done got pregnant and had 2 or 3 niggas give them the abortion money and then they keep 2 of the motherfucking abortion money and then 1 and go get the abortion? Tell me that ain't true. It's an ain't shit bitch right now laughing at that shit because she know a bitch if she ain't the bitch that did it. Yeah, I had 4 niggas thinking that they had me pregnant, and I got all of them. I told them I wasn't gonna have a baby, so they all just gave me the money. So I took that motherfucking $1,200 and I just went on about my business, girl. Boop, got you, bitch. But we don't talk about that though. That ain't shit bitch. That's a woman that needs to be uplifted, and we don't know her life, and we don't know what she went through to get to that point. But we all know her.
Got it.
But that's just me being wrong. Like, let me stop judging you off of how my mother raised me and look at us for who we are.
There were times when my mother was like, I will take your ass outside and slam you on that concrete.
Well, my
Play
mother
with
did
me.
it. She didn't say it. She did it. So back then they could do that.
Right. But it's you're trying to protect.
Right.
No, the way that y'all raised us was the best that y'all knew how. Y'all was preparing us for life.
Yeah. Right.
And life don't love you. And it was tough love.
Right.
I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world.
Yeah. Right. So, Snoop, unfortunately, we've lost another young soul. Yeah.
And I was just with that young man in New York.
Wow.
And just seeing his spirit and watching him do his thing and him coming to LA trying to get away.
Yeah.
Like, man, God don't make no mistakes, though.
Yeah.
He talking to us right now.
Yeah.
And we need to heed his messages and understand why all of this is happening.
Yeah.
Understand what's the importance of something like this.
Yeah.
And I've always been able to be the one in front of it all. I got to go home and think about this one, because this was a low blow right here. 20-year-old?
20.
Some of my friends were so heartbroken. Like, I was calling just like, oh my goodness.
I can't make sense of all of it. I just really can't.
It's a fast life, and a lot of times, everybody don't really understand what goes into this thing right here. This is a business, and it's trifling if you don't have the right people around you.
It's so true.
That's why you gotta have the right representation, and you gotta know who you are when you're getting into this industry, because the music you represents you as a person as well, until you learn how to separate the two and become him on record, him in real life.
Alrighty. I think that's about enough, because that whole thing about God don't make no mistakes, don't blame that on God. Why do we always lean back on that? It ain't God's fault that niggas out here doing fuck shit. So don't say that he don't make no mistakes, because I know God sitting back saying, how y'all put me in this? Them niggas killed him. I ain't had nothing to do with this. This ain't my doing. I want you niggas to live together in harmony and to prosper and to make more of you motherfuckers. I don't want y'all to kill each other. That ain't me. That's bullshit. Hey, got it in. That's it, man. Oh, I guess I've said what I needed to say about this, man. I definitely understand why Snoop did what he did, but I definitely hate that he had to do what he had to do in order to keep his fucking livelihood. The whole thing about it is, if we gonna hold each other accountable, let's hold each other accountable, not only the ones we want to hold accountable. Let's not hold just a certain group or a certain gender accountable. Let's not do that, because we don't grow when we do that. People don't realize that we are literally stifling our own growth as human beings, as a country, as a community, as a city, as a state. We are stifling our growth. We are limiting ourselves to be better people when we do that. Going to give a shout out to my man D Strahan. Thank you so much, sir. Sent your boy $5. Let's see here. Let me make sure I got the name right. I hope this Snoop and Kobe situation has awakened brothers to the fact that we are all we have. So we need to do better by each other. Great work, brother. Thank you so much. That was from Menelik Asante. That's what's up. Thank you, sir, for your donation as well. Hit your boy off with $5 too. That's what's up. Let me go over here on the Young Cash App. 4547. All righty. And we got, let me make sure I said this right. My man King Jin hit your boy off with $10. That's what's up. Appreciate you, bro. Let me go ahead and drop that. My man. Thank you, sir. Let's see him. Another donation from. Hold up. There we go. Kelly Brown Eyes hit your boy for Oprah busted her ass on stage. Funny as fuck. I saw that finally today, how she felt. And what was so funny, my wife showed it to me. Shout out to my wife. She showed me the video and said, yeah, she fell talking about balance. I said, you lying. She said, nope, she fell talking about balance. How the fuck you fall talking about balance? That shit's hilarious. Also, my man CW Walk sent your boy $2. That's what's up. Appreciate you, broski. That's what's up. Let's see who else. Oh, that was from yesterday. Man, you hit your boy up. And Grim. He hit me up with $10. He said from Grim, good show, bro. That's what's up. King Jen and okay, King Jen. Oh, he hit me up twice. That's what's up. Appreciate you. And also, anybody else that want to donate to your boy, go ahead and hit the link and drop it in there. It's right there in the description box. Also, my man Troy Sherman hit your boy off with $1. That's what's up. Thank you, sir, for your donation as well. Hey, man, it's the little things that count, man. I appreciate y'all just taking the time, man. Let's see here. Oh, they rolling in now. My man Knowledge 5106. What's up, brother? Hit your boy off with $2. That's what's up. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Y'all dropping your boy off, boy. That's what's up. Thank you so much. Also, my man Billy Goat. Billy Goat hit your boy off with $2. What's up, brother? I appreciate you, man. Hope you're doing well. And I believe that is it. Yes, sir. All right. Somebody else hit me up. You know, I'll read it on the next show. As always, ain't no problem. But I appreciate you guys for your donations. Thank you so much. If you guys get a chance, make sure you click the like, click the subscribe. I saw 1 or 2 new subscribers in here today. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate you, man. Y'all have a good night. It has been real. I hope that this video helps somebody become a better version of themselves. I am Brian Redmond. This is the Relationship Rehab. Also, subscribe to my gun channel, United Guns of America. Please check that out. Subscribe there as well. And let me know what you think. Make sure you like, subscribe, and send me a comment about what you're seeing, man. And if you want to have a conversation, hit your boy up. I appreciate you all. Have a good night. Peace. And I'm out.